Guys, welcome to the live on Sunday. My name is From the Breath of Daydreams, or Angelique, and the Overlord should be in the room in a minute. Oh, there they are. The Overlord, VJHD.Writer, is in the room as moderator, and we are the Society of Secretly Perfect Poets. And tonight we are going to be reading I am going to be trying to read some incredibly funny, witty poems and some really great poems tonight that are for our Secret Sunday prompt challenge of last week called Daffy's Descent. Um, if you are with us, let me scroll up a little bit. I want to give everybody a second to get in, but I also want to be able to make it through in the hour. So, nerves. So, hello and welcome. And if you are here, hi Overlord, I hope you're having a good day. If you are here and you are watching, we will be giving out secret prompts for the next Sunday within this first hour. So you have to get all of the prompts, follow the rules, and I'll explain that a little bit as we go. But we are the Society of Secretly Perfect Poets. Enter all who seek meow-rific community values. Friendship shall be found amongst the paw prints of poetic ink. And we are so happy to have you here. Tonight we'll be giving out secret prompts to write poetry, prose, or short stories normally, but there's a special twist to tonight, so pay attention. If you're already a member of the Society on Instagram, these are fun challenges to keep our minds creatively engaged. And if not a member, but you'd like to become one, you can watch this live or the recording within the first 48 hours of it going up, gather the prompts given within the first hour, and write to them. And then you can send that to Society Secretly Perfect Poets on Instagram before Friday at 11:59 Central Standard Time, or 5:59 a.m. Saturday for GMT, or 3 p.m. I believe AEST. And you get it to us on time. We turn you into a kitty cat, meow, and you become a society member and can write poetry with us. It's pretty exciting. Leslie, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. And so the poets who wrote to these prompts, I tell you, they really went for it. And my mind is just blown, absolutely blown. And so we have some pretty incredible stuff to read tonight. I wish that I did voices because that would make it all the much better. But alas, I am not one of the talented people in our community who can do that. Gonna get that person on here sometime, whenever we do these. So the members for last Sunday and everybody who wrote to it were asked to use specific words in the prompts. They were asked to use decadence, descent, debase, darling, Daffy, and if they wanted these special little kitty cats, these pretty purr kitty tokens, they had to use Cockatoo and Giraffe. Hi, Sookie, how are you doing tonight? The poems that they wrote needed to be 16 lines, including all of the words, 3-word per minimum per line if it wanted to be counted as a line. And if they wanted a gold ticket, they needed to use 24 plus lines, and it must have been written about Looney Tunes. What? Oh, I'm so glad you're doing great, Sookie. So glad you're doing great. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golden tickets, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm sorry. We had 5 golden ticket winners and 6 kitty cat winners, and we had our favorite 5s. And we are going to start tonight with one of those favorites. She won a kitty cat, and she is the beautiful owl, Nashabella. Nashabella. And pardon me that we're going to be moving kind of quick because in order to get you all those prompts in the hour, I have to. But this is Nashabella, Leslie, and it is Magical Cavalcade. Oh, Leslie, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Magical Cavalcade. And what just happened? So give me 1 second because my computer is choosing to not show me the images. That does not make sense. Okay, I think I have it figured out. That is weird. So, this is Leslie. Hi, Tommy. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good night. Um, and this is Leslie Mashabella Magical Cavalcade. The child's mind sought the grasslands where wonders awaited her. In a world of whimsical jocosity, with her plushy giraffe by her side, she embarked on a wild and sublime adventure. The grasses caressed her bare feet with secrets of decadence and delight as the sun's descent painted the sky in supernal hues of gold. Her imagination took flight, for the toils of daily life did not yet debase her juvenescence. She became a darling explorer, a perambulating through the tall grass blades. Her giraffe, with its daffy grin, became her loyal companion, their curiosity careening aimlessly in the wild. Together, they ventured deeper into the grasslands, their steps light as butterflies, the breeze trickling their senses with each delicate touch. The child's creativity, like a cockatoo in flight, crescendoed in intensity and flitted with every breath. You know, Leslie, I just don't know what it is about you that you were able to find and come up with in your memory bank of glorious, glorious words, all the delicious words that you come up with. Oh, that's what I was worried about. I'm going to start over because I went to look because for some reason my computer where I was looking at it at had it all blinked out in half and I was worried that I was missing some. Let me start over, Leslie. I apologize. There is another page to this. That's why I went digging while I was talking about her lovely use of words because I thought that wasn't finished. So let's do this again, shall we? Mashabella Magical Cavalcade, a favorite vibe winner. The child's mind sought the grasslands where wonders awaited her in a world of whimsical jocosity. With her plushy giraffe by her side, she embarked on a wild and sublime adventure. The grasses caressed her bare feet with secrets of decadence and delight as the sun's descent painted the sky in supernal hues of gold. Her imagination took flight, for the toils of daily life did not yet debase her juvenescence. She became a darling explorer, perambulating through the tall green blades. Her giraffe, with its daffy grin, became her loyal companion, and their curiosity careening aimlessly in the wild. Together, they ventured deeper into the grasslands, their steps light as butterflies, the breeze tickling their senses with each delicate touch, the child's creativity like a cockatoo in flight, crescendoed in intensity and flitted with every breath. Her eyes widened with delight as she found delicate flowers peeking through the sea of green, and she plucked them gently, creating a bouquet of colors that mirrored her vibrant spirit. As the day drew to a close, she knew that this was a world where her dreams became reality, but she heard her mother's call. It was time for supper. With her plushie held tight, the child bid farewell to the grasslands and gave her mother the bouquet she had gathered, knowing that the escapade in her heart would return again to join the cavalcade of magical giraffes. Oh, Leslie, your words, your words. Cavalcade and um, perambulating and juvenescence. Oh, and I love that you use Daffy for the plush animal with a Daffy grin. I love that. That is my favorite part of this entire piece is you use the adjective Daffy as an adjective for the grin. That is gorgeous. Tommy says, wonderful, Leslie, giving you all the purple hearts. And thank you, Leslie, for forgiving my screw up. Suki says, oh, Leslie, that is so wonderful. All the hearts. Overlord says it is definitely magical, and it really is. I love the way that you just described that imaginary world that as children we can go get lost in, or we used to go get lost in at least, creating these new adventures with our stuffed animals and such until we were called back in for supper time. I love the gathering of flowers to bring. That is just so, so beautiful. And I love your supernal hues of gold as the sun's descent painted the sky. You just painted us a gorgeous picture of whimsical curiosity and the gorgeous, just brimming with imagination, vibrance of youth. So thank you so much. And Leslie says, thank you so much for the inspiration. Oh, you're the inspirational one with all your words all the time. I swear, reading your words is like opening a box of Godiva chocolate and just sinking into it. You never know what you're going to find, but it is going to be delicious. And that was delicious. Thank you, Leslie. And so Leslie won 2 of the Pretty Purple kitty cat tokens. Yay, Leslie. And she's a favorite 5. And that brings us to your first and second secret words for the night. So, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If you want to write to this, you need to write these words down. The first word is encapsulate. Encapsulate. E-N-C-A-P encapsulate. Encapsulate. And the second word is esculent. Esculent. So those are your first 2 words, encapsulate and esculent. If you would like to write to the prompt, you better scribble them down. The Overlord is putting them in the chat if you're in the chat right now. And Leslie says, we often forget how wonderful it is to be a child. Yes, and it's so important to keep that eternal youth inside us as well, isn't it? It keeps us young at heart and young in spirit. It helps keep those wrinkles away. Oh, and this one is going to, yeah, I'm going to be blushing on this one. But we must try. We must try. Oh, I wish you were here, Richard. So the next one is No More Half Measures 2023, and he could do all of the voices for these, probably pull them off perfect, and would have you laughing up a storm. Me, I'm going to have you laughing for completely other reasons, but I'm going to give it a go. So this is Richard. No More Half Measures 2023, and this is called Topsy Turvy Toontown. He is a favorite 5. He went for a gold ticket, won it, and he got the kitties, and it's still doing it. So give me a second, guys. I apologize. My computer, we have these on slides, and for some reason, WhatsApp on my computer is just blanking out the slides when I try to blow them up where I can see them, which is very strange and has not happened before. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It's not doing it to all of them. It's doing it to some of them. So let me go into a different folder and try again. This is No More Half Measures 2023 Topsy-Turvy Toontown. Somewhere, hidden away in the bad side of Toontown, is a secret gathering of Looney Tunes, and they are up to something. Bugs Bunny. All right, folks, we got ourselves a little conundrum here. We need to figure out how to rob the First National Bank of Acme without getting caught. I heard that place is loaded with carrots. Daffy Duck. I still say this is a silly idea. We're going to end up in a slammer. Yosemite Sam. Quit your belly aching, Daffy. We need to act, and we need to act fast. There's riches for the taking. Porky Pig. That's easy for you to say, Yosemite, but how do we even get it inside the bank without getting caught? Elmer Fudd. I'd prefer to be very quiet, like hunting rabbits. Pepe Le Pew. Darling friends, let us make love, not war, no? Marvin the Martian. I propose we use my teleportation device to beam directly into the vault. Elmer Fudd. That sounds dangerous, Marvin. What if we end up in the middle of a solid object? Bugs Bunny. Yeah, what if it makes a wrong turn at Albuquerque? What a maroon. Daffy Duck. And you all call me the silly ducker. Shaking his head. Bugs Bunny. Let's keep the ideas coming, folks. How about disguises? We could dress up as different animals to throw off the scent. Pepe Le Pew. Are you referring to me? My decadence should never be hidden. Daffy Duck. Oh, sure, because walking into a bank dressed as a giant cockatoo won't attract any attention. Bugs Bunny. Lucky there's only one of you, Daffy. Oh, ain't I a stinker? Daffy Duck. You're despicable. Yosemite Sam. I ain't wearing no animal costume. There's nowhere to hide my pistols. Porky Pig. Well, what if we dress as animals that already live in the bank, like rats or cockroaches? Marvin the Martian. Oh my, excellent suggestion, Porky. We shall infiltrate the bank as inconspicuous vermin. Elmer Fudd. Well, wait a minute. What's going to be the bait for the twaps? I don't want to get stepped on. Pepe Le Pew. I am not going to debase my beautiful looks with such menagerie mischief, mon ami. Bugs Bunny. All right. Let's reel it in a bit. Maybe the animal costumes are a bit too loony. Even if I would look so fetching as a giraffe, how about we focus on a more traditional approach? Daffy Duck. Thank you. Finally, some sense. Yosemite Sam. Yeah, let's just storm in, guns blazing, and take what we want. Start shooting guns in the air. Pow, 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 pow. Porky Pig. That sounds dangerous, Yosemite. What will end up in jail for sure. Bugs Bunny. I don't know, Doc. Wouldn't that bring a lot of attention from the fuzz? After further heated debate, a plan is hatched. Bugs Bunny. All right. Thanks to the schematics we got from Wile E. Coyote, we have the layout and some elaborate trap for Roadrunner. But anyway, first, Pepe goes in and sweet talks the female guard. Then he deploys the knockout gas to put everyone to sleep. Meanwhile, we will make our descent from the roof wearing gas masks. Half will go for the vault, Marvin the Martian, and I'll use my Elodium Q36 explosive space modulator to blast open the vault door. I love a good earth-shattering kaboom. Bugs Bunny. The others clean out the bottom floor safety deposit boxes and don't leave any carrots behind. Then we will all vamoose in Marvin's spaceship before anyone is the wiser. All agreed? Good. Porky Pig. And that's all, folks. Oh, Richard. I am so sorry. Your poem is phenomenal. Well, your mini cartoon is phenomenal. And you captured all of their spirits so incredibly well and had it written just perfect for how they would talk. And I can hear your voice doing that, and it would have been just hilarious. I hope you record it. I really hope you record it, because that was amazingly funny and just great. You used every bit of Looney Tunes that I remember as a kid, even brought in the Roadrunner and Acme, the Banks, the, I mean, you got it all. Tommy says, great write and wonderful reading. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Leslie says, that was amazing and is giving you the starry eyes. Overlord says, that was amazing. Suki says, that was amazing. And it was. As soon as you sent it in and I read it, I was like, hey, that was awesome. And it was great. So thank you so much. Yeah, I am so looking forward to hearing your video, because I just know you're going to do it. Leslie goes, the kaboom. Oh, all the hearts. Yes, you are bringing nostalgia back to all of us old timers here. So thank you so much, Richard. That was just a real delight. Amazing. And you were a favorite 5. You got a golden ticket, and a kitty cat. And on that note, that brings us to the 3rd and 4th prompt word for tonight. And the 3rd and 4th is conflagration, CONFLAGRATION, and subliminal, SUBLIMINAL, conflagration and subliminal. You will need to be using those words too, so make sure you write them down. And as you're writing them down, I am going to scooch back over to the other place where the posts are showing up correctly and pull up the next person. And the next person for us to read tonight is Ash, the nature _ of Ash. And Ash wrote a poem called Crazy Critter Job Hunt, the nature of Ash. So this is the Crazy Critter Job Hunt. In front of me, a shadow grew taller and taller and taller. Startled, I thought I'd be sucked in. Deep breath when I realized it wasn't round. I figured it not to be a fall. Good thing, too, because my next step was smack dab in the middle of it. I closed my eyes to find my own ground, and that's when I noticed the beautifully articulated neck careening round, speaking to myself most loudly, I assume, forgetting that there was anyone else in the room. One could get lost in those gorgeous spots. From the corner of my eye, Cat climbed out of the shadow. What the hell? I shook my head. What? Where'd that calico go? Thoughts interrupted by a squeaking squeaker. Still kind of worried about that cat, convinced he's a little bit of a sneaker. Well, that's all I see. The spots, my eyes. That's what I got. My poor tired eyes, that's gots the rots. Oh, poor Daffy, darling, refusing to pull himself away, poring over a wretched newspaper since the break of day. What misnomer for the speed at which he read, walking back and forth, smearing toner, prehensile tail worn out and nearly dead. With keen determination, his tail trailed every word. I've seen plenty of people finger do it, but reading by mousy tail looked simply absurd. Holding up my own person finger, I came close to being bit. He didn't want my help. He made me doubly aware of it. Well, now leave him alone, whispered Giraffe. Never point out or even point at a mouse being daft. cut off and interrupted by the twitchy little rodent. I've got to read through, sounding almost despondent. All these words of dissent and despair. There's got to be a mention open enrollment in here. No sooner he squeaked, the words on his tongue came out. Cat! I knew poor Mouse would be done. But smart little Mouse, quick on his feet, stuck up tiny clawed finger. Cat leaned forward and listened, and I watched with amusement the odd exchange linger. Cat, surprised, spinning around, down on all fours, disappeared with nary a sound. Swift returned with his own paper, whipped out a pen, and I studied myself for a caper. More feathers fell, but ignoring the cat, the bird squawked again, Read me more of that! Every word squeaked and debased by twitchy old Mouse, compared more and more to the decadence of man, likening him to louse. Giraffe shook his head, still quiet in the corner. I never liked the people, but this war, it's like these people don't get it. They're still not getting any warmer. Oh, you know, what I like most about this one from Ash, other than it just being really creative and it uses calicos in it, is that there's this whimsical tale of a story. You don't know where it's going. You're wondering, is the mouse going to get ate? Are they in cahoots? What are they talking about? And then at the very end, the giraffe is all like, I never liked the people, but this war. It's the animals talking about just how stupid we are, basically. And I really like that. Tommy says it's awesome, it's giving you the purple hearts. Leslie says it's absolutely phenomenal. Suki is clapping and giving you the hearts. Overlord is saying, amazing job, Ash. It is. I loved it. I love the squeaky. I love the rhyme you've got going throughout it. It's a story, but you told it in this gorgeous rhyme that I sort of got and sort of messed up because I was trying to read it as a story. I loved your wording with the mousy tail and the twitchy little rodent. You used bigger words like misnomer, determination, all the words in it, and yet still managed to pull off this childish whimsy throughout. And I love that. I love the part where you have the cat going, my eyes, my poor tired eyes. And let me find it. I love that you used the word. I just saw it and I forgot it because I was doing this. Give me a second, because when I saw it, it made me very happy. Careening. Isn't that an amazing word? I love that word. Careening, like, and gallivanting, all those words that you never hear people using much in stories and poems these days. So I love the way you describe the kitty's neck as careening. That's when I noticed the beautifully articulated neck careening around. Oh, what a way to describe that. So the way to describe a kitty doing that, that is just cool as heck. So love that. And Ash got both a golden ticket, and a kitty cat, a pretty purr kitty tokens, both of them, and was a favorite 5 too. So yay! Way to go, Ash. Thank you so much for writing this very cool poem story. And on that note, y'all are getting your 5th and 6th words. Oh yeah, we are moving it tonight. Y'all say, how many words are there? That is the question, isn't it? So word number 5 and 6 for the secret prompts. You must use every word that we give you tonight if you want to get read. And please make sure that you are following special attention to the prompts tonight, because they're a little bit different. And if you don't follow them exactly, you will not get read and you will not get posted. You have to follow the rules. So prompt word number 5 and 6 is declaration, 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 and continuity. 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 Declaration and continuity. So make sure you're writing those words down. That's number 6. And next up, for tonight's prompts, let me reverse it back over here, is broken blue pen. Broken blue pen. And this is a pretty special one too. And Blue wrote a poem called Of Animations. Of Animations. Decadence of the golden age spawned new-formed laughter. Putty tats chased tiny yellow Tweety birds, not to be confused with any cockatoo. Gossamer stroked feathers on his pet bunny. Coyote may have had an easier time trying to trap a long-necked giraffe instead of trying to corner the speedy desert bird. And oft Elmer, Daffy, and Yosemite Sam carried guns. That was before a descent into madness by those smarter than the masses. Too violent, they said, as they ran out to purchase Grand Theft games, where pixels rape hooker-shaped strippers before calling the players to do his duty, which is to blindly split an opponent's head open with the tap. Excuse me, let me start over. Give me 1 second. Oh, you don't want to sneeze on camera. Okay. Of Animation by Broken Blue Pen. This is a special Sunday, is it not, guys? Decadence of the golden age spawned new-formed laughter. Putty tats chased tiny yellow Tweety birds, not to be confused with any cockatoo. Gossamer stroked feathers on his pet bunny. Coyote may have had an easier time trying to trap a long-necked giraffe instead of trying to corner that speedy desert bird. Oft Elmer, Daffy, and Yosemite Sam carried guns. That was before a descent into madness by those smarter than the masses. Too violent, they said, as they ran out to purchase Grand Theft games, where pixels rape hooker-shaped strippers before calling the player to his duty, which is to blindly split an opponent's head open with the tap of an X button. Never debase the vulgarity added into the PG rating. Darling, I beg someone to show me an example of nasty canasta, the gun-toting Looney Tunes inspiring real violence. Even Michigan J. Frog, after being locked away for only the artist knows how long, came out singing in joyous melody, not shooting into crowds, not placing bombs into buildings, not punching random women in the face during a pass-by, not raping, stealing, or brutally beating drivers into the ground. It's kind of strange to me to blame a cartoon who snaps back to original form after being smashed in the head with the skillet or shot in his duck bill, sending it spinning round his head like a tetherball in stringed flight before catching it and putting it back in place. Yeah, those laughable loony cartoons are the blame for modern violence, right? Couldn't be other things like billion-dollar industry games or ignoring mental health. Nah, let's blame the brothers Warner for the cartoons they gave us to make the world laugh. And that is the golden ticket per kitty token winning favorite 5 poem prose of the Broken Blue Pen Blue. And what I liked about this was he took the Looney Tunes, which was the golden ticket prompt, but made it serious and pointed out a lot of stuff that went on. If you're from the time where you remember these and you remember the debate that started about games and stuff, Tommy says it's awesome. Yeah, I really like it because those cartoons, when we watched them growing up, they did have all those silly little what could be construed as violent things in them, but we didn't really think of them as violent. It was just silly, laughable stuff. And people didn't go out trying to beat people up afterwards because of it. But they did get censored. There was a lot done about that. Leslie says, great job with this piece. Suki says, really, really good. And Overlord says, well done, Blue. You made it your own. Yes, definitely made it your own. And don't get me wrong, I'm a gamer. I enjoy playing games. But and I don't believe that games create violence, but we do games, movies, everything, violence is shown a lot more these days and in very grotesque ways quite often. And we don't have much of that counterbalance where uh, when I was growing up, for example, the majority of what was on TV or that we saw was trying to teach family values and after school special type things and laughing. And it wasn't all showing the worst of mankind constantly or showing just this go do ugly things to each other. And that's done quite a lot in some games. So I really like that he called that out because that did get said. And it's kind of laughable that the cartoons would get the kind of heat that they got, and yet some of this other stuff doesn't really. Thank you, Blue. Um, beautifully, beautifully done. And he got the golden ticket, the per kitty token, and he also was a favorite five from tonight, and absolutely well deserved. I just love. Oh, and I want to point out, I love the witty way he did it, the witty wordplay that he used by taking these very well known games and twisting them just a little bit in his sentences to create the sentences and rhymes that he did without outright saying what the names were. I thought he did that so perfectly well. Leslie says they turned our giddy childish imaginations into something else, and this puritanical society took joy away. Yes, our puritanical society is driving me up the wall these days. And it was so then too. And I really like what you just said there, Leslie, about they took our giddy childish imaginations and turned them into something else. And that's so true because used to certain shows and cartoons, certain things were made for the kids. And I don't know if it's because adults want to remain childish or what, but we've injected so much adult into what should be kids stuff, um, that it really did lose part of that whimsy. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good adult cartoon and I love the humor of adults in cartoons and games and stuff. But there's we kind of got confused on the purposes in some ways, I think. And then the puritanical craziness that goes on about just having to censor everything went nuts with it all. But it's, I don't know. The world is just so freaking weird lately, isn't it? Drives me a little bit bonkers. Um, but I love this. And on that note, we are coming up to your next secret prompts. Let me find them. Scroll, scroll, scroll. So the next two more words are your last words that will be needed to be used in the prompts. These are optional words, and they are for the Society of Secretly Perfect Poets, Purdy Purr Purr Kitty tokens. And those two words, you got to use them if you want the kitty token that will be released, is fiendish and phantasms. Fiendish and phantasms. And that is Fiendish, fiendish, and phantasms, Phantasms. Is that not a great group of words? I love this group of words. that are tonight. And you can thank the Overlord for these words because the Overlord collected them and made them up. And they are a wonderful, wonderful list, I believe. And so on that note, and make sure you don't run off and start writing, because if you do run off and start writing right now, I can almost guarantee you will fail and it won't count. So you're going to want to wait. And so next up, we have Melrose underscore poetry 18. Melrose underscore poetry 18. And they are also one of our favorite 5. And they wrote, scrolling, sorry, apologies. Merry Melodies. Merry Melodies. And this is Mel. With a quick competitive descent, darling Daffy and his feisty duels, no sportsmanship, he turns violent. He's a stickler for all the rules. Makes no difference if it's a giraffe or Bugs Bunny banging on that piano. Play the game fair or get cut in half. This the challengers always know. A lower standard will always debase. Screams a bar sign in Acme letters. Looking for a fair fight? This is the place. Who's fire with melodic measures? Sly Cockatoo sachets in with a grin, itching to throw in a song that's fire. He holds the decadence of a violin and claims to be an A-list player. Daffy smugly looks him up and down. You win with that? What fallacies! I'm Fuego, I play too. Give me my crown, known as the best to play merry melodies. To be continued. So that is Mel just giving us a cliffhanger of a poem, not letting us know what's going to happen. Who's going to win? We don't know, but I guess she knows. I hope she knows. When are you going to continue it, Mel? I don't know. Oh, but I like the way I can picture it. Can't you picture it? This bar with the Acme sign up there. Tommy's giving purple hearts. The Acme sign up there. All the Looney Tunes sitting around waiting for the duel. The big fight. Is it the guns going off? No. They're going to play music. Oh, and you can imagine how the piano keys would be jumping up and down, or the violin would be really dramatic. You can see the over enthusiasm of the characters in your mind if you used to watch it. Leslie's giving hearts, Sookie's clapping and giving hearts. So I love that. I love that Mel took her passion, music, and combined it with this prompt, with the Looney Tunes, turning it into a Looney Tune. Instead of TOON, she had TUNE, tunes. And I think that's just wonderful and witty and amazing. So thank you so much, Mel. This was really, really fun. And Mel was also one of the favorite 5 and got a gold ticket and kitty cats. Mel loves the kitty cats. So thank you so much. And yay! And on that, we will give you another part of the prompts, and that is the original first part that you have to know if you just want to get the base. If you just want to have your poem count as one of the prompts, it must be 20 plus lines. It has to be a poem. No prose, no short stories. It has to be a poem. So a 20 plus line poem that must be spooky, kooky, eerie, and creepy. No repeats of poems you've written before. It must be a new poem. Each line to be counted as a line must have 3 words or more. So spooky, kooky, eerie and creepy. Must be a poem. That is your next prompt clue. There's more. There's more. And so those were our favorite 5. Amazing job, everybody. We loved everything you did. Y'all all used your creativity so much, and your minds went wild, and everybody made it their own. And I just absolutely love that almost everyone wrote Looney Tunes, but took them in completely different directions. Like, who would have thought you could take a Looney Tune in so many different directions? And then Leslie's poem was just beautiful, beautiful imagination and whimsy, and a glorious painting of that youthfulness that we can all feel and remember. And then next up, we have me from The Breath of Daydreams. And I am not one of the 5, but I'm the only one who also wrote that was not selected. And so we're just doing them all in this video for this. And so I wrote for, I don't know if this is my gold ticket one or not. Yes, this is my gold ticket one. So this is from The Breath of Daydreams. All is love. In fair and warm, yow brave this descent. White stripe on moi back, and Le Pew won't relent. He chimes, all right, buttercup, but I don't give a quack. At the end of the day, I'm a cat, and that's that. That tuxedo-wearing cockatoo sure likes to sing, goes down on one knee, then shows off some bling. He may as well be a giraffe, but this kitty's bell just won't ring. I'll never be his darling. I'm a cat, and that's that. Together we'll explore the heights of light, claims he. Such decadence couldn't be a further plight for we. A true gentleman must be prepared when a kitty runs scared. Do stop quoting poetry. I'm a cat, and that's that. He claims he's my guide to love. Bueno, il est idiot. Sent from the heavens above, quite daffy, he must admit. It's a truth he won't face. Non, he rather debase. La meow, la purr. I'm a cat, and that's that. So that was my gold ticket win for this prompt. And I have to, and what I like about it is when I was a kid, I loved Pepe Le Pew and the kitty cat whose name I do not remember, because I just thought they were funny, and I love cats. And I loved skunks back then, even though they smelled horrible, but I just thought they were so beautiful. And I always wanted a black cat with a white stripe down its back. Tommy's giving me the purple hearts. Thank you. And I think she secretly liked him. I do think she did. But I love the way the animators drew them, the curves that they used for the cat and the skunk. Was just really gorgeous, and that made me happy. Ma chérie, skunk, yes, thank you, Leslie. And Suki says, love that, thank you. So that really just, I couldn't really think of anything else to do with the Looney Tunes so much, but I thought, oh, that would be fun to play with, so that's why I did that. And that's what I like about it, is why I did it. And so this is another part of your prompt for tonight. Hold on. You need to know, scrolling, that if you want to go for the golden ticket. Oh, Angela, hi. Angela's clapping. Thank you, Angela. So this is what you need to do for the golden ticket. You will have to write a second song. Must be a song, and it must be a parody to the Addams Family, because we be loving us some Addams Family. So it needs to include spaces for the snaps. It needs to be the whole song, and it needs to fit the rhythm so that when we sing it, da-da-da-da, we can sing it. So, Overlord, did we say I didn't check because I looked at those words and some of them are a bit long. Are we going to let them get away with doing the second one and not including all of the words? Just so they, as since it is the second thing and they're going to be writing this song, or do they still need to use all the words in it? What do you think? How are you doing, Angela? Shall we let them? There must be a lag in the room tonight. Shall we let them get away with just writing a gorgeous, gorgeous a parody that's kooky and crazy and all sorts of Addams Family lovely? You think the end was missing from Ash's cartoon? If it was missing, I haven't seen the end. That's what I've seen in every version I've seen of it. Well, we are happy to have you here. I know that's a hard wait. And Overlord says, yes, they can leave some of the words out, but it's got to be obvious that that was the reason. Okay, so if you write the parody to the Addams Family song, you can only use some of the words if you choose to, but the words that you choose to leave out have to be those that it wouldn't fit the rhythm well. So that gives y'all a lot of room to play with on that, and I really hope y'all will write to it because that would be fun. And I think I might just be able to get Harry to come sing with me, so that would be a lot of fun. So thank you, Overlord, for letting everybody get away with that. And on that note, I will read you my non-gold piece poem that I wrote. And Overlord says, yes, I checked because I thought it ended strange too, and that's what was sent. Yeah, Angela, and when I read it before it was ever done, um, I thought that's how it was because that's all I've seen from it too. So if there is more, definitely eager to see the more. Um, Thank you for letting us know. Angela says, my copied what she put in the society page and sent it to BJHD. Okay. Um, well, we'll check it out. Thank you. And Overlord's going to go check, and I'm sure they'll send it to me if we miss something. Definitely want to get it right. And so in the meantime, we'll read this final piece. And this is a song that I wrote, and it's called Let It Be, We Are We. We fade into the lisp that's stalling, somber is our course. We sob on the hips come calling, roused to drink their voice. We burrow quickly into nectar, draped to squander sin. We are the end, we're soon to begin. Come listen, my friend. We light the torch that claims calm's whispers when decadence starts stalling. We fade before the dawning vespers. Do have a care, my darling. Descent is but a daffy grin for us who court the claim of kin. We are the end. We're soon to begin. Come listen, my friend. Come listen and hear what your eyes can't free. Sing Let It Be. We'll let you breathe. We'll help you see. We'll help you see. Weep us into this valley where your pain is key. Plea for our fee on bended knee. We are we. We are we. We haunt the droves you farm to practice, dervish by design. We barter souls to debase life's practice. Your ambiguity is mine. Go on and cough up squalor and content. It's fun watching you pretend. We are the end. we're soon to begin. Come listen, my friend. Debase your purpose in this life. Debase your family. Debase those caught within your strife. Debase all that you see. Debase the moral to this tale. Debase the ones you help. Debase the ones who help. Debase the lives you've ruined to feed on. Debase everything, my wealth. Come listen and hear what your eyes can't free. Sing Let It Be. We'll let you breathe. We'll help you see. We'll help you see. Weep up into this valley. Your pain is key. Plea for our fee. On bended knee. We are we. We are we. And I hadn't planned on writing another I did not get a gold ticket for that. I did not plan on writing a second piece for this prompt, but I watched the news. I got up, I was like, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I need to catch up and watch the news. And when I turned on the news, every single freaking thing that I saw and that I was looking through for like 25, 30 minutes straight was nothing but that stupid Trump case, and talking about, oh, let's completely ban the Supreme Court, driving me absolutely crazy bonkers, and just other absolute nonsense that is just pretty much everything that I was describing in the poem, and it outright ticked me off. Angela says, oh, dervish, purple hearts, clap, clap, clap. Thank you. I love that. I love a dervish. Tommy's giving me the purple hearts. Thank you. And Suki says, amazing, Angelique. Blue and pink hearts. Thank you so much. So that was just, it popped into my head immediately as song. And I was just thinking about all these horrible, rotten, conniving people that are constantly trying to trick us and convince us to see the world and behave in this ugly, grotesque fashion. And instead of stopping it, the news stations just are propelling it by just showing it more and more and more and more. If they would show good things and kind things and things that help people and things that help the world and nature as much as they show that absolute nonsense, it would encourage people to do better. Yes, there was the end missing, Angelique, for Ash's piece. Okay, thank you. Did you send it? And I will reread that so that we get it correct. And I apologize that we missed it and that I didn't notice that. And Leslie says, it is so horrible what is going on and there's no end to it. It is. And they just constantly do it because it makes them more money. And it's just it's a circus. It's a show of just idiocy. And there's not a single person that would be able to get away with everything that, yeah, it's just, it drives me nuts. It makes me not a very happy person. I am not logged into Instagram on the computer, so I cannot just go there. But if you can just copy, thank you. Okay, let me, okay, thank you. The Overlord is getting me all of it sent. And Angela says it's disgusting. It is disgusting. And the Supreme Court is just off their freaking rockers and should be so ashamed of themselves. And it's lunacy what they're trying to pull off as justice. And it's, can't even. Yeah, it's just bad. So we have There we go. Okay. Thank you, Overlord. Um, and Suki says it's all infuriating and frustrating, and I can't watch it. Yeah, I'm someone who doesn't like missing the news. I want to be informed, but I get so irritated and just kind of despondently depressed that this is where everything's going, that it makes it hard to stay up because you have to read through so much of that just to get to anything worth reading. And it's depressing. So let's read Ash's poem again, and get a little undepressed from the insanity of what the world is right now. So this is the nature of Ash. Crazy critter job hunt. In front of me, a shadow grew taller and taller and taller. Startled, I thought I'd be sucked in. Deep breath when I realized it wasn't round. I figured it not to be a faller. Good thing, too, 'cause my next step was smack dab in the middle of it. I closed my eyes to find my own ground, and that's when I noticed the beautifully articulated neck careening around. Speaking to myself, most loudly, I assume, forgetting there was anyone else in the room. One could get lost in those gorgeous spots. From the corner of my eye, Cat climbed out of the shadow. What the hell? I shook my head. What? Where'd the calico go? Thoughts interrupted by a squeaking squeaker. Still kind of worried about that cat. Convinced he's still a little bit of a sneaker. Well, that's all I see. The spots, the spots. My eyes, my eyes. That's what I got. That's what I got. My poor tired eyes. They gots the rots. No sooner he squeaked than words on his tongue. Out came Cat. And I knew poor Mouse would be done. But smart little Mouse, quick on his feet, stuck a tiny clawed finger. Cat leaned forward and listened. I watched with amusement the odd exchange linger. Cat, surprised, spinning around, down on all fours, disappeared with nary a sound. Swift returned with his own paper, whipped out a pen, and I steadied myself for a caper. More feathers fell, but ignoring the cat, the bird squawked again. Read more of that. Every word squeaked and debased my twitchy old Mouse, compared more and more to the decadence of man, likening him to a louse. Giraffe shook his head, still quiet in the corner. I never liked the people, but this war, it's like the people don't want to get it. They're still not getting any warmer. My eyes, can you not stand still? I tell you, my eyes, they got the rots. The rots is what they got. Birdie bird, you gotta stand still if you expect me to read through this swill. Suddenly Cockatoo let out a sound, ear bleeding and shrill. She shot up and slow floated down. I found it! In Article 23, the damn duck's going on vacation. I found the perfect job for me. And now I remember that part, now that I've read it. Oh, thank you, Ash. Yeah. And Angela says, oh, reading this so well. She's going to love it. Thank you, Angela. I hope she does. Oh, my nose is itching so bad. Sorry, guys. Oh, thank you. I loved it. She took it to her own place, didn't she? And I love that she decided to do a Looney tune that was Looney Tunes inspired. So I love the way that she played off of the prompt and still made it a prompt. The creativity in that really had me tickled. And so with that being the last prompt for tonight, last poem for tonight, I want to remind y'all that in order to qualify, be posted and read for tonight's prompt, you must follow all of the rules. There won't be any shortcutting it allowed. Not just use the words in your poetry. It has to be all the rules, because this time around, the normal entries will have to be a poem. They have to be a poem. And the gold ticket entry has to be that song. that parodies the song that we mentioned. So make sure, if you want to do it, to have your entries added to the chat by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time next Friday. If you're a society member, and if you are not a society member and you're wanting to become one and you write to it, make sure you have them added, DM'd to Society Secretly Perfect Poets. The Overlord will put that into the chat. Make sure you have DM'd that to us by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on Instagram. We really, really, really look forward to see what you do with these. And we are so thankful for you guys for joining us tonight, both everybody who wrote and everybody who's joined us in the room and enjoyed the poems tonight. This was an amazing, amazing group of creative voices for that prompt. And we really, really loved it. And so with that said, the Overlord, VJHD writer, moderating the room, and myself from the Breath of Daydreams, really appreciate you guys and hope your paws stay forever inky. Tommy says thank you. You are welcome, Tommy. Thank you for coming in. And we are Society of Secretly Perfect Poets. We are the voices beyond the den. We are the cats who will always win. We are poets of imagination, creativity, and meow scratching alphabetical dexterity. We search for clues and hunt for treats. We base our prose on instinctual beats. We keep a sharp eye towards various causes. We attract certain types of poetic pauses. We have a propensity for finding the fun when not being studiously serious with puns. We are the voices above the fray. We're a safe space for those with something to say. Thank you guys. And we hope to see you at the next live, which will be starting shortly. Oh, there are some amazing prompts, amazing poems that were written to that. So we hope you guys come back, and bye.